Jim Zecca, good morning. Retired
Good morning.
community advocate James Zecca.
Yes.
Without the glasses.
Without the glasses.
You look good and young.
Surgery.
Oh, the LASIK or whatever?
No, I was actually very surprised. I wound up, the day I retired, I was told I had cataracts. There you go. So the technology just changed completely now. Actually, it'd be good to have Dr. Harris on the show, and you, Dr. Harris, to talk about it. But they took the lens out, replaced it with bionic eye lenses, and now I can see 20/20 basically
Get
long
out of
distance.
here.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How about
the
your
other problem?
How about reading?
Reading, I do need glasses,
yeah.
but that's no big deal. I mean, compared to all my life.
Not everybody has to use glasses, do they?
No, you could get the works done, but in this case, they took out my cataracts and put a new artificial lenses in basically, and replaced the lens that had.
That's really cool.
So,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, what we'd like to do is replace the council members based on term limits, and Lou Critelli is here as well, along with Steve and Jim. Lou, tell me, because I got to tell you, the Common Council is divided on this. They don't really believe that you're going to be able to get this done, and I believe their council is saying that as well, that you're going to be able to get this on the ballot. You have the number of signatures. You presented them to the Common Council.
It's gone.
And what happens next?
Phase one.
Well, that's the first submittal. You have to have a second submittal.
Yeah.
And that requires 5% of the government.
Which would be about 400 and
So that's 404.
Okay.
Well, Bill, right now, we've got almost 200
Already.
signatures. And I'm telling everybody on the board that I want, by the middle of the month, I want 600 signatures. They are not going to knock off signatures to get down to 400.
Okay.
And that's
Smart.
the key thing.
Yeah.
And the people are still saying the same thing. Why did they do it?
In the first place.
Why did they do it?
So I find this kind of, I do find it interesting in that Judge Garamone is saying, well, they're not going to have enough time to get it on. So from what we've been told, the council has some options here. They have tabled this. We're coming up on the deadline. What? It's going to be Wednesday.
Yes.
So they're going to have
Tomorrow.
to act on this tomorrow. So some things could happen. Number one, they could vote it down.
Which is what we want.
Which is what you want.
Yes.
They could also vote for it, which would say we're going to put it on, not on the ballot, but we're voting to change the term limits back to 8 years. They're expecting, and I think this would be a bait situation where they're trying to bait the mayor into coming in and vetoing it because they feel that would make him look really bad. What would happen if they did it that way? Would you still be able to get it on the ballot, or if they vote for it, or would that say you're pretty much done?
We don't. I don't think we know that, do we?
Not really. Not on the yes vote. We really don't want them to vote yes.
Right.
We want the public to show up to tomorrow night's meeting. Steve, you know about
Oh
it.
my.
Yeah, so
Could we just?
yeah, no.
What do you do?
Okay.
yeah.
Here we go.
Tomorrow we want folks to come out and
you want the Common Council to vote this
we
down.
want to reiterate that the Common Council does not have a place in making this decision, and that's why they should vote no. It's not because of the merits of the term limits. It's just this should be a question outside of their purview. But if they were going to vote yes and the mayor were to either, I don't think he would sign off, but we don't know that for sure.
You don't think you would sign off? You think you would
It
veto
would cause a delay in things, but there's actually nothing stopping. Even if they couldn't get it on the ballot this November, and there's really no reason why not to. But even if they couldn't, there could be a special election next spring to bring this to the voters again before next year's electoral process started. So this would happen one way or the other. It's just a matter of whether we want to waste money on a special election or not.
Or it could also go on next year's ballot.
Well, by that time it might be too late for the change.
I wonder,
Who
right?
can run.
I wonder if that would affect, because the mayor at that point would be running. Jim Zecca, do you really believe that the mayor would veto this?
Yes.
You do.
Oh, yeah. You heard it from Bill Morehouse. Bill Morehouse was here, and Bill Morehouse is all ready to go and make a deal with the mayor, give him a job when he takes over his position.
Well, I do have to say that Bill Morehouse told us that he's that if the mayor doesn't run and can't run, that he's running for mayor.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he said. But it's not that simple, though. It's not like the mayor says, okay, Bill, take my spot, and then Bill says, okay, mayor, take mine. People have to elect them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, you still have to go through the process. We
Yeah.
all know that, but I mean, that's the arrogance. That's what we're hearing.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
he can.
It's arrogance.
Anybody can run
basically.
for that. You could run for mayor.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Anybody
understand.
can run for mayor.
I understand that.
So
but
the fact that Bill Morehouse would run, and he talks about this
Right.
continuum of an administration guiding the hospital project. I know you're against that, but that's not.
But he couldn't
that's
even
not like horseplay or something.
What
Anybody
some
can
are
run.
trying to say could be done is that the mayor would not be able to run. Bill Morehouse gets elected and then appoints the mayor. Not he couldn't make him comptroller, but he could be deputy. He could to a position is what's being implied. But we're
Public Safety Commissioner.
It's a bit of a that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Well, he's already doing that job. So.
But Bill, I do want to clarify something. You said that Judge Garamone had an opinion. That all that is, and even some of the council members said that's a legal opinion of the judge. This is a state law. This is not city law. This is a municipal home rule, Section 37, that talks about all the provisions on getting the city charter changed. This is just one way to do it. There's 3 ways to do it. I've been involved in all 3. Petition by citizens, which Lou has been the first one to do this the first time, and now we're doing it a second time, and we're helping them. Common council by public hearing and vote. And then the last way to do it is the Charter Revision Commission, which I've been on 2 charter revision commissions with previous administrations. But the bottom line is, if everything is filed and we do have a challenge, it's clearly spelled out, and I'm going to give this to Jeff when I leave,
all right.
Section 37, a finding by the city clerk that a petition does not comply with all the requirements of the law may be contested in a proceeding in the Supreme Court, spelled right out in the state law. So we don't want to get to that point. We don't think taxpayers' money should be spent by the mayor and corporation council to fight this. Lou's going through the effort of getting the signatures. Lou, do you want to talk about that?
I have about a minute, Lou. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. The important thing is that predominant throughout the whole process is that the people want term limits. For them to provide opposition and anything they can do to stop it is an affront to these people.
Right? I'm really excited to see what happens tomorrow. Because they have the votes to vote this thing down. I think that's what they're going to. That might very well happen. Quickly, and I had 15 seconds. I talked to somebody in Rome yesterday that said, "What in the hell is going on in Utica? What is wrong? Why would they defy the people's wishes like this?"
We agree.
How do you answer that, Lou?
You
can't answer. He's speechless.
The mayor wanted another 4 years.
That's exactly it, gentlemen. Jim, Lou, and Steve, thank you for your efforts.